Today I wanted to make a video on how I lost $8,000 this year in 2020. Um, as you all know, if you have been following my channel for a while, I've saved money, and this year in the beginning I had saved up to $40,000. And I've done that to like trade stocks recently this year, the beginning of the year, and I decided to go into trading stocks with a $25,000 account. So I put $25,000 into a brokerage account so it could give me certain privileges to like trade unlimited amounts. I discovered that it doesn't matter how much money you put uh, into trading when you don't know how to trade. And that's where I pretty much learned my lesson, that if you don't know how to do it, why put so much money into it, you know? And if you're into trading, don't do what I did and stick a lot of money into something that you work hard for. You work hard for the money, so you might as well risk a lot less than that. And if you're thinking about finding a way to get over the PDT rule, the answer is the PDT rule just means pattern day trader, meaning you could only trade in and out is one transaction. You can only do 3 of those in 5 business days. With a $25,000 account, you can do as many as you want as long as your account is over $25,000. Well, you don't need a margin account, which is when you have $25,000 or more, or like a brokerage like Robinhood can give you margin, but you're still under the PDT rule if you have less than 25,000. But the beautiful thing is that you don't need all that money to be good or to learn. The purpose here is to learn, and you can do all this with a cash account. It's the one that people avoid because they want the money fast. And that was me in the beginning. I wanted the money fast. But I discovered that through my mistakes that I should have done that from the beginning. And I'm not saying that I'm already profitable. I'm not. And this is different from investing. Investing is literally having the money sit there in stocks, not doing anything, right? Just add. Trading happens in seconds. And so with a cash account, I decided, hey, I'm starting fresh. I'm gonna instead save. Well, I already have money saved, but I'm instead put $1,000, and I'm willing to risk $1,000 in day trading in a cash account. And in a cash account, you can trade unlimited amount of times until your buying power runs out. So if you have $100, you use up $100 today. You can't use those $100 until 2 days pass. But if you have $1,000 account, you use 200, you still have 800 left to use tomorrow. You use 200, now you have now you have 600 left. And then on Wednesday, suppose you start on Monday, on Wednesday you'll have your $400 again, And that's the cool thing about a cash account. So start small if you're thinking about investing or trading. I lost the $8,000 risking a lot of money into companies that are not reputable. It's all about getting into a stock that has news in the day. For instance, every day, every morning, there's a stock that has like something that people are paying attention to, and it'll go up or down, wherever direction. But with a lot of people involved, right? And that causes a change in price, and that change in price is what you try to take advantage of, right? And I did not succeed with the 25K account, and I decided to hold myself down with a $1,000 account instead, and go from there, and not be impatient. I have to be patient, and if I'm gonna get good at it, it's because I worked myself to improve and be a better trader. So that's how I lost $8,000 in the stock market, doing ridiculous things like putting too much money. And if I become good at it, I will, start providing more videos on how I did it. But whatever it is, if it's stocks or a business that you're thinking of doing, first start with a small amount. Don't save for like 2 years like I did just to dump money into something that's not gonna end up working. And luckily, I didn't blow the whole 25K. I hope I don't. Um, just, decide to be patient, because in the long run, that's what's going to help you. Unless you're making a lot of money and you got money like crazy and you could risk money, you can afford a $25,000 loss. That's up to you. But if you're not making money and you're working for Amazon, you hardly have any money left over. And I'm not doing 7 days or 6 days like I used to. I only do 4 and 5 here and there. So I have to be smart about how I trade. And so if you're going to go into whatever it is, start small. And what you're basically going to do with that small amount is you're going to do like a prototype. If you want to start a restaurant, why not you first start a little food stand and test the food at the food stand, rather than renting out a whole the commercial building for your restaurant. How about a food stand first? If you're trading stocks, instead of a $25,000 account, why not $1,000? Prove yourself with $1,000. And that goes on and on and on. Start small. Nobody should be taking out loans to do this stuff. Like, why are you gonna put yourself in debt without proving yourself? Why didn't I tell myself this before? I should have invested in my education, but I ended up paying a higher price. I paid for an education the hard way, the hard education, which was lose money, learn the lesson later. I could have started lost money if I would have, gotten the education, but I would have probably lost a lot less. But either way, this experience did help me understand that it's not about how much you have, it's how much you know and how you know to do the things that will benefit you. For me, it's stocks. I need to know how to be profitable. Just because I know how to press buttons on a computer doesn't mean I'm going to automatically generate money. I have to learn first. And that's my entire message. I don't wish anybody to be losing huge sums of money. And be patient. And if you're going to be risking a lot of money, you better hope you have a good job that is able to replenish the money you lost. And even if you're making a lot of money, don't risk the money. Like, risk 1,000 instead. Like, you're better off losing $1,000 and learning from losing $1,000 little by little than losing $1,000 often from a big account. You will learn a lot more from losing $1,000 slowly than losing thousands fast. It could be traumatizing for some people. For me, I don't think I've been traumatized about losing money. The way I think about money is a lot different than it was before. I'd rather think smarter, work smarter than harder, and it's a process.